one of the themes for today is this community, our community. I think it's really, really important that we actually hear from some people, people who are impacted by these conditions. Whilst they're coming up, I just want to throw in a couple of initial thoughts from me. I'm new into this. I only came in January. I've got no experience of GBS or CIDP, MMN, or any of these other conditions. And I know lots of services. I know lots of cohorts of people, groups of people, and I have never, and I'm not saying this as I'm standing at the front here, I have never come across such an amazing supportive community as I've found within the GBS and CIDP community. The fact that from word go, people were welcoming me in and supporting, and there's lots of people within this room who I include on that. From the day-to-day stuff that comes on the Facebook group, and the people who contribute to that on a constant basis, who again come in today, it amazes me. The comments that me and Claire get when we're speaking to people, and how welcome they've been of us two coming in, it's incredible. But it's how everyone comes together to support, and Glenn is one who's pulled this together and made it happen. But this is impacting everyone, every single person. You don't have people coming in and going out. People come in, they're so impacted by these conditions, they want to support other people. The board, are people who've been impacted by this condition giving up their time. Our volunteers, exactly the same. It's incredible. So from me, wow, what an amazing community. But the fact that, you all come together today, you all support each other, people fundraising, giving, time, money, resources, everything is absolutely incredible. And I've not seen anything like it. I'm a 50-year-old man who's been through the NHS, social care, and the community sector, and I have never seen anything like this. And well done, everybody. Claire, can I come to you first? So Claire Claire's amazing. And when I talk about people who come in and support, I remember I missed the first GBS group that I couldn't go to, and I turned up at the CIDP group, and I was really worried because I'm coming into this group and I don't know anything about these conditions particularly. And Claire was on there, and Claire has been so supportive and so amazing. And she doesn't know this, but we rely on her. We rely on her at those meetings. We rely on her at Glotbins. She's done an amazing thing during awareness month, which I sprang on her and said, "Hey, do you mind talking to me for a while?" We recorded it and put it out, and it's well watched by everybody. So it was really important for me that Claire comes and talks today and shares her thoughts on the community. So thank you.
No pressure.
No, it's not.
Which is what she said. I don't think I've ever used the microphone before. Wow. Okay. I'm old school. Make notes. When Rich asked me whether I wanted to say a few words today about the CIDP community, it made me wonder precisely how long I've been a member of this club that no one really wants to be a member of. And it happens that this week, on the 29th of October, it was the 5th anniversary of my CIDP diagnosis. And I remembered that I'd been in hospital for 10 days undergoing tests, and my consultant came to my bedside with another neurologist from the team and a specialist nurse. And he delivered this diagnosis that became more obscure with every word. Chronic. Yeah, but inflammatory. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was demyelinating. And level biology could win. A polyradicular neuropathy. Hang on, what now? No. They stayed, they explained the treatments, the prognosis, maybe 15 minutes. And then I was left on my own to process the news. Hopefully, Facebook tells me that the date I joined the game group on Facebook was also the 29th of October. So literally on the same day as my diagnosis, I sought out community. I remember feeling relieved that I had a diagnosis, but baffled by what it meant for me. I was effectively paralysed at that point from the waist down and in my arms, my hands and face. And I needed to know things like, is this not CIDP? Do people recover? Might I be able to walk again? If so, how long might that take? Now, these were all questions I could and did ask my neurologist. But there's something about hearing from others who have the same illness, the same symptoms, and something at the same experience that is so valuable. I distinctly remember scouring the videos that people had uploaded to the group of being able to walk out of rehab and watching them repeatedly, motivating myself. Having these life-changing and often disabling chronic illnesses can be isolating, not only because perhaps we can't do the things we used to, but also because sometimes people around us don't understand them and how they affect us. There are invisible symptoms that we can only try to describe. Some of us have neuropathic pain, others brain fog, others may experience debilitating fatigue. Our community understands these symptoms in a way that our family and friends may not, and this can help us feel understood and heard and can give us a sense of validation. We can use the community to seek and to offer emotional support. This community has helped me on my bleak days and celebrated every small victory with me. And it's been my pleasure to be able to extend the same to others. We share in other ways too. We offer practical advice and resources about the various treatments, and we manage our side effects, and describing coping strategies that may have worked for us. I believe community requires participation to function at its best. We all have different levels at which we're able to do this. I can't run 10K to raise funds yet, but I do participate in other ways. I join in webinars to expand my knowledge and understanding of my condition. I participate in online discussion groups. I share my experiences and the knowledge I've acquired with anyone who asks, especially when they need me at most. I use social media to raise awareness of these conditions and the charities and organisations that support those who have them. By using hashtag on social media, I've connected with people with CIDP globally. We share our experiences, both good and bad. These are all ways for me to be involved and to help to sustain and grow my community. For me, this community has been such a supportive and empowering space in the last 5 years, and I'm so grateful for having this amazing resource. I just want to finish quickly by saying that it's just so incredible for me to finally be in a room with people from my community. Between lockdown, COVID, being online, I just literally have never met other people with CIDP or GBS, like face to face. So I'm getting a bit emotional. I just want to extend my own personal thanks to our hosts and to everybody, Laura, you and Chris, to say thank you for making today possible.
Crikey, well, hard to follow that one. Good luck. I don't know, I've been chopping onions at the back. I think I've got some slides, you don't mind.
Yes, sorry.
So again, it saves that you then made these slides instead. Yeah, so I'm John. I've got CIDP. I'm also a volunteer, but now I'm also a zebra, apparently, which I think that's a lot cooler to have. Just a really, really quick backstory, and not a lot of pictures of me in hospital, so don't worry. But I was diagnosed with GBS back 3 years ago, December 2021. I thought personally that was me done. I recovered really quickly, 10 days. No, I was paralysed from the neck down, but after IVIG, I walked out of hospital, and within 10 days made a pretty good recovery. I'll be honest, I didn't think I needed support. I didn't reach out again. I didn't go online because I thought I was okay. And fast forward to January this year, I was back in hospital, and clearly it wasn't GBS. So a huge shock for me. And then that's where you need the support, right? Give me a second. I was only in hospital for 6 days again, so I made a good recovery. I was back at work within a couple of months. I do run 10Ks. I do walk the dog. I feel lucky. I call myself the lucky one. But I did a decent recovery. But I wanted some more. I wanted some guidance. I wanted some support. I wanted to feel part of this community. I think Rich calls it a tribe. I feel that I can identify and get on and relate to everyone in this room in various ways. And I didn't want just to rely on Dr. Google either. There's so much stuff out there. There's so much stuff that we can get. Nancy, Maureen, Rich, Claire, especially Claire's fantastic. But providing this support for us, whether it is online or over the phone, there's lots of networks, lots of webinars we can get involved in. And I feel really fortunate that I've got a bit of time, a bit of energy, a bit of space mentally and physically to be able to help others, whether that's fundraising, beauty awareness or volunteering. I am hard about joining the Facebook group or joining the Facebook page of CIDP and GBS. I joined it, did a bit more research, a bit more reading around it, and I spotted these Zoom calls once a month that getting set up. Didn't know what I'd get for it, didn't know why I needed it, but I joined it, and within the first 5 minutes, I asked a question, did everyone else's hand feel really cold and begin to needling? And the smiles and the nods, you immediately feel part of it. Claire was on the call, I think Faith, I'm not sure if Faith or Lee on the call, and I've got to know Howard, and to know Howard's on the call since. So there is that support network. Stephanie, you mentioned that support network, and that really needed. You feel part of something. People understand what you're going through, the various different symptoms. So I wanted to, with a bit of space mentally and physically, give something back. And all that support that we've got is amazing. The online support, the Facebook groups, the peer support, the opportunity to hear from others, to read about stuff, to get involved with you is really good. But me and Glenys just had a chat over lunch, and there's something special. Well, there's something special about today. There's something special about seeing people. There's something special about those conversations over coffee, bumping into each other over the salad bar. In here, there's something really powerful about that face-to-face personal interaction. I think you get a lot more for it, a lot more from it. I've got background in volunteering, setting up volunteer groups, and I know that from previous experience, that local identity, that local tribe, again, is so important. It's so important to have. And if it helps one person, brilliant. If it helps more, even better. So on one of the Facebook pages, there was a discussion around, I can't remember exactly what the topic was, but I think about treatment. 2 or 3 people mentioned, oh, I'm elite. Oh, I'm elite. Oh, so there's 4 of us then are elite. Why don't we meet for coffee? And that was all it was. There was no agenda, no rules, but there was an immediate bond, whether it is because we're all from Leeds, whether we all went to the same hospital, whether we all met the same neurologist, but there was a bond there already, a bit of commonality. So the idea of this local get-together started. It can happen once, that's great. But if it happens once and people get together and get what they need from a one-to-one interaction or a group interaction, that's great. If it happens more than once, even better. Do you follow? So this year, I've tested it, I guess. Tested the idea of these local get-togethers. Why Yorkshire? Well, I'm not a Yorkshireman, but I live in Yorkshire. So it's local to me. It's easy for me to organise these events. Just to test the idea, is there an appetite of patients, or putting people and patients together? People are patients that want to get together and have a chat. Like I say, no agenda. Talk about an hour of everyone's time, and it was just really nice just to go and spend a bit of time. But going, oh, yeah, so your hand first, or yeah, my hand first, or what about you? What about that? What treatment have you got? What exercises you do? What? And it's just that idea of getting together. That's the aim for me. I want to be what Rosie's doing in the Northwest. I want to get bigger and better groups, but she's doing fantastic. So if we can do that across the UK, brilliant. And the feedback, I guess, from the Leeds one and from the York one's been great. People want to meet again, and it doesn't need me to do this. It doesn't need me to coordinate all this. So it can happen anywhere. All you need is one scoop ahead of it. All you need is somewhere to meet. So we've done it a couple of times. We've done it in Leeds and New York. I would love to do it in all areas. It's great that like Claire or Rich said there's 60 more people interested. There's about 60 more locations that we can get people together and have that one-to-one or that group discussion. Fantastic. I wrote down the toolkit. I was obviously I wrote this presentation from us still at work. We're not having a toolkit. It's some ideas. It's some do's and don'ts which already exist on the game website. But it's about best practice, what to do, what not to do. But it's up to you. In the previous slide, I mentioned RSPB reserve one time, we met in a hotel the next time. It doesn't matter where it is, as long as it's accessible and people know where to go and what time to meet. That's all it takes for these get-togethers. So I'd love more to be set up. I'd love 16 more to be set up, and that's the dream. Even if 2 people meet, have a coffee, and have a chat half an hour, I think that connection is that connection is amazing. So, get in touch with me if you want to get involved in some local get-togethers. Get in touch with Claire or Rich when we can get something sorted. Because the hope is I'll be back next year and I'll be talking about at least another 15, 16 more local get-togethers. So yeah, thank you. Flipping heck, you two, I was crying. I literally did a cry over there. And Jon, fantastic, absolutely spot on. The passion that Jon has for supporting the community and making this happen is incredible. It's wonderful to hear people's voices and what this all means directly to people. I can sit here and actually work on one page debit. These guys aren't. And it means an awful lot more coming from you. So thank you so much. Can we give them another round of applause? It's been the next slide. I'm going to move this on, and you guys can sit there for a second, and then I'll let you go. We've got due to overrate. We're moving around a little bit. It was a working break anyway, so forget.